with Meghan, who joins me in studio. By the way, Meghan is also the founder of the TIG. That's a website for those with a hunger for food, travel, fashion, and...
Everyone knows Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. She's married to Prince Harry and is expecting their first child. But before she was a royal princess, who was Meghan Markle? Rachel Meghan Markle was born on August 4, 1981 in Los Angeles, California. She was born to Doria Ragland and Thomas Markle Sr. They divorced when Meghan was only 6 years old, but they had both remained important figures in Meghan's life as she was growing up. She spent all of her childhood education at all-girl Catholic schools from ages of 2 to 11 years old. Meghan went to Hollywood's Little Red Schoolhouse.
It comes from a wine that I had that was an aha moment, Tignanello, which people sort of pronounce Tignanello here in the States. And it became my nickname for moments of getting it, moments of clarity.
And then attended Immaculate Heart High School in Los Feliz neighborhood of Los Angeles. Every day after school for 10 years, she would go visit her father on set of Married with Children, where she would end up helping the craft services crew, seeing as the content of the show wasn't exactly suitable for an 11-year-old, having been exposed to the boundless amounts of food during her after-school time on sets where many millions of dollars were the customary budget. She was very conscious of the amount of food that could go to. Years later, she became famous and would be on set similar to the one she grew up in. But she made sure that the least amount of food went to waste.
The site has been a really nice resource for me to share all of those passions.
It's a website.
It's a website, yes. And it was
Called
also
just
actually
the TIG?
just thetig.com. And it's actually where UN Women reached out to me because
I would ask my show executives to ensure that our extra filet mignon and sweets of plenty were donated to a soup kitchen I'd been volunteering at. And they said yes. My parents came from little, so they made a choice to give a lot. It's what I grew up seeing, so it's what I grew up being at just 13 years old. Meghan already had her foot in the working world. She worked at Humphrey Yogurt in LA where she made minimum wage working about 10 hours a week, serving customers after high school in 1999. She went on to Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, where she completed a double major in theater and international relations, graduating in 2003. After her junior year of university,
UN Women is a branch, obviously, of the United Nations, but I think as it being a young organization, what they've really been striving to do between the He for She campaign.
Meghan interned at the United States Embassy in Buenos Aires, Argentina for 6 weeks as a junior press officer. She also studied abroad for 3 months in Madrid, Spain in the fall of 2002. After graduating from Northwestern University in 2003, Meghan went back to Los Angeles. In order to pay her bills while she was trying to book acting roles, she worked at a paper source, a custom stationery company and decorative paper shop in Beverly Hills. Although Meghan is best known for her role as Rachel Zane in Suits from 2011 to 2018, her first role was as a nurse named Jill on General Hospital. It aired on November 14, 2002. Since then, she's acted in dozens of shows with some more known ones being CSI, New York in 2006 CSI, Miami in 2010 and 90210 in 2008. In 2017, Meghan was Briefcase Girl on Deal or No Deal for 4 episodes.
Having our voices heard, because when women are uplifted, the entire community is.
What does the work entail? What do you do?
Yes, so last February, actually, I went to Rwanda, which was incredible because Rwanda has...
She was also cast as Hot Girl in the 2005 movie, A Lot Like Love alongside Ashton Kutcher. She also played Meghan in 2010's Remember Me with Robert Pattinson, starred in Get Him to the Greek and the 2011 movie, Horrible Bosses. For her role in Suits, Meghan and the rest of the cast essentially moved to Canada. It took approximately 8 months to film 16 episodes of one season. So she and her co-stars started feeling at home in Toronto where the show was filmed. She said in an interview with Esquire that the chemistry between everyone working on Suits is everything she had hoped for, and for a show she was on to be successful. What some people may not know is that Meghan also had a lifestyle, beauty, fashion and food blog, thetig.com. The blog was shut down in 2017 after almost 3 years of being up and running during its lifespan. Meghan wrote all her own posts as she wanted to give the insider feel to her life and share with her readers on why she named it the TIG. It comes from a wine TIG yellow. And the first time I had a sip of this wine, it was such an aha moment. I finally understood what people were talking about when they spoke about the body, the legs, or structure of wine. That for me became a TIG moment. This feeling I get when I'm like, I finally get it. It translates to fashion too. That is not just clothes. Clothes can be art. Meghan became Reitman's brand ambassador for the fall and winter collection in 2015 in the brand's effort to re-energize their 90 years in the fashion industry. In November of 2016, she launched her second collaboration with Reitman's, the 5-piece capsule wardrobe. It's totally an extension of my personal style," she said in an interview with The Star back in 2016. And if she wasn't impressive enough with all of her many ventures throughout the years, Meghan has extensive experience doing charitable work, being a feminist and activist for multiple organizations. Her moral compass began changing the world when she just was 11 years old, when she was in class. A Procter & Gamble dish soap commercial, aired on TV with women all over America, are fighting greasy spots and pans as the tagline. Furious by the sexism clearly portrayed in the commercial, she wrote letters to feminist civil rights lawyer Gloria Aldridge and Hillary Clinton, who was a United States First Lady at the time, a few months later, with the support from those women and likely others who felt the same way. The soap's tagline was changed to "People all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans." In the Game Changer Success Secrets from Inspirational Women Changing the Game and Influencing the World, a book written by Samantha Brett and Steph Adams, has an excerpt where Meghan Markle tells of some of her philanthropic endeavors. "I started working at the Hippie Kitchen, a soup kitchen in Skid Row of Los Angeles, when I was 13 years old, and the first day I felt really scared." The Daily Mail quotes from the book, "I was young and it was rough and raw down there, and though I was with a great volunteer group, I felt overwhelmed. I remember one of my mentor, Mrs. Maria Pia, she told me that life is about putting others' needs above your own fears." This stuck with Meghan for the next 20 years as her advocacy for helping out the less fortunate, in any sense, has continued to grow. Meghan is the global ambassador for World Vision, having gotten behind many organizations and projects. One of the projects was the Watercolor Project fundraiser for the Clean Water Campaign. She went to Rwanda to advocate for women on behalf of the United Nations, where she is officially a UN Woman Advocate. "Reflecting on where I came from helps me to appreciate and balance what I have now. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. My mother was a free-spirited clinical therapist, and I had the most hard-working father, a television lighting director by trade. My mom raised me to be a global citizen with eyes open to sometimes harsh realities. We spent time traveling to remote places, taking trips to Oaxaca and South Mexico, where I saw children peddling chick candy for a few extra pesos to bring home." Meghan supports the Meena Mala Foundation, a microfinance system where they manufacture sanitary napkins and sell them within the community in India. Along with all of these feats, she was also a One Young World counselor. The organization's mission is to gather young leaders from around the world and help them make lasting connections and create positive change. She's also involved with the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and Empowerment of Women as an advocate. Okay, enough. Talk about all the great things that Meghan has accomplished. Let's get a little more personal, shall we? In 2004, Meghan met Trevor Engelson, a film director, producer, and talent agent, after dating for 6 years. The couple married on September 10, 2011 at a Jamaican inn in Oko, RIAs, Jamaica, in front of 102 guests. The two divorced in August of 2012, after barely 2 years being married, citing irreconcilable differences. After Gelson, Meghan moved on to a celebrity Canadian chef, Corey Vitiello. The pair dated for 2 years until they broke up in May of 2016, just after Meghan and Prince Harry were introduced by a mutual friend in London. Their relationship started in June 2016, and saw each other every 2 weeks during their 16-month relationship. According to The Telegraph, despite Harry being the prince and Meghan being an actress, the two started their relationship and continued to grow as a couple in an organic form, getting to know each other as much as possible. Spending many nights in the cottage after going on a 5-day trip to Botswana together after a few times of meeting, their relationship became the highlight of many people's last 2 years. But they have mostly managed to stay out of too much spotlight in the intimate early stages when they were falling for each other. They got engaged November of 2017 and had their fairy tale wedding just a few months later on May 19, 2018 in St. George Chapel at Windsor Castle in the UK. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle subsequently became the Duke of Sussex, Earl of Dunbarton and Baron Ilk, and the Duchess of Sussex, respectively. When the Duchess blog was still up and running, she had written a post after she'd interviewed Princess Alison. Little girls dream of being a princess. I, for one, was all about share a princess of power. Grown women seem to retain this childhood fantasy. Just look at the pomp and circumstance surrounding the royal wedding and endless conversations about Princess Kate. If only Meghan knew that one day, 4 years later, she would end up being a real-life princess, married to the man that was dubbed the most eligible bachelor in the world for some time. Not even a year later, Meghan Markle, or rather, Meghan Duchess of Sussex, is still doing her humanitarian work alongside her husband, giving a voice to those who need it in the most. all while being pregnant with their first child, expected in spring of 2019.